The officials, Dick Pavetta, Bob Delaney, the 5 seed as they finish at 47-35.
This very easily could be the Eastern Conference Finals. If these two teams were not meeting here in the first round in this bracket, it would not surprise me one bit if they both made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, Iverson being played here at the start by Wesley. Here's Keith Van Horn open for 3. Kept alive by Snow, and he's fouled by Davis.
There's one of those second chance opportunities again. This time it's Eric Snow going immediately to the glass, coming up with the second chance, and then the first foul, inadvertent foul, but it is a foul on Baron Davis. You hate to see Davis get a quick early foul in the game.
Eric Snow also has had a solid season and has played well in the 3 games against the Hornets. Iverson opens up with the jumper.
Seems, Mark, like all the big scoring stars in the league have taken this first game to show that they can really put numbers up on the board. Tracy McGrady today, Kobe Bryant this afternoon going for big numbers. Paul Pierce going for big numbers for Boston.
And Jamal McGlure gets inside. In fact, that was a concern of Larry Brown, with Allen Iverson well aware that some of his contemporaries are putting up those kind of numbers that he might come out firing. He has been much better at distributing the basketball and getting other people involved. And here is Iverson.
Well, like Larry Brown said, we seem to play our best games when Allen comes out in the first couple of minutes and starts moving the basketball, but I think he'll take those first 2 shots to get him off to a quick start.
Davis being played by Snow. Coleman defending on McGlure, and a foul. It is on Coleman.
So you can see Iverson comes out immediately. He starts with an isolation on the right side of the floor. They love to run him across the floor, get that defender trailing. Iverson going left to right that time, hits the first jumper.
And Spurn not able to hit on his first attempt, kept alive by Brown. Aaron Davis. And here's David Wesley for 3. Van Horn able to get to the rebound. And Van Horn for 3. Keith Van Horn, after sitting out for 6 games, returned for that 15-minute appearance in the final regular season game this past Wednesday against the Wizards. He is not 100%. Iverson with the steal. Iverson slowed it down, trying to draw the foul. And Allen Iverson with all 6 Philadelphia points.
Well, you see all the things happening that New Orleans felt they had to avoid. They wanted to run their half-court offense, execute it, take their time, because the Sixers could not get out into the fast break situation. You've seen steals, you've seen turnovers, and you've seen second shots, all by the Sixers.
P.J. Brown. P.J. Brown, one of the more valuable players on the Hornets. 10th season out of Louisiana Tech, and will be a sought-after free agent following this season.
Probably the biggest decision that the Hornets have to make at the end of this year, what to do with P.J. Brown. He's in that $7 million category. Eric Snow with the little floater as he comes inside the foul line. Going back to P.J., he's in the $7 million category. He's a 34-year-old. He's looking at it like it's his last contract. So what do? How much you willing to pay the veteran guy? He's a stabilizer in the locker room, a defensive presence.
And a foul against the 76ers.
It's a tough call for them, Marv, because he's a local guy. He's from that area down there in the New Orleans area. He's a good guy. He's a real solid citizen, and he's a real solid basketball player, terrific work ethic. So now what do you do at this point? Do you give that kind of money up to him, at least $7 million, or do you try and get him for less? Will he come for less?
Yes, PJ was just fouled by Kenny Thomas out of Louisiana Tech. Grew up in Winfield, Louisiana. New Orleans has been his off-season residence. Since the All-Star break, the Hornets with the second-best record in the East behind the 76ers. Hornets have gone 21-11 and won their last 5, including wins over Detroit, New Jersey, And these Philadelphia 76ers. Ashburn with the rebound. Foul handles the ball extremely well for a guy 6'8". Nice pass to set it up for McLaughlin. Iverson, yes. And Allen Iverson has been on fire. He's 4 for 4 from the field. Here's Mashburn. Yes, and the foul. Foul committed by Eric Snow. Here's McLaughlin. And back comes Iverson off to the hot start. Going right at Wesley. Wesley got a piece of the ball. And last touch by Coleman.
Saw Eric Snowmark standing at the top of the circle that time, hands ready for the pass. Allen Iverson got caught up in that dribbling routine there, missed his backcourt partner. By the way, they started all 82 games together this season.
Quick release by Wesley. Sixers want to run. Here comes McKee. Van Horn met by Brown.
P.J. Brown has always been a solid defensive player. He'll be a tough guard on Van Horn, particularly down the low post area.
Wesley. Brown tried to keep it alive, but he kicked it out of bounds. So just under 6 remaining in this first quarter. The 76ers up 13-10, and Larry Brown remained the same following the timeout. Noah Iverson at the guards. Coleman is up front with Van Horn and McKee. Here's Iverson. Rebounded by Brown.
What you saw on the jump shot, David Wesley immediately take off and run out. They have hurt the Sixers with that during the course of the regular season. Iverson's jumper, the defensive player takes off and goes down the court looking for long outlet pass and easy layups.
Derek Coleman with a good defensive play, getting the tie-up.
Coleman actually never left his feet. He just waited on the pump fake, kept his arms up. There you see him, nice trap, solid trap, and then the ball goes right into his hands. Good play by both Van Horn and Coleman, double teaming, trapping him on the baseline.
Derek Coleman has been the starting center with Todd McCulloch sidelined by that nerve disorder.
Well, you've seen the quick substitution of McKee in the game guarding Mashburn right now. And that was because Mash hits that most difficult shot, but that's his patented shot fading away from the baseline. It's because Kenny Thomas picked up 2 quick fouls, and interestingly, Thomas is struggling a little bit trying to make that adjustment to the small forward position. Remember, in college he was a center and then basically a power forward in Houston.
Kenny Thomas undersized, about 6'7", 245 pounds. Iverson on the recovery. Shot clock to 1. Here's Snow. And another rebound for P.J. Brown. Here's Baron Davis. Wesley for 3. And back comes Coleman. Iverson for 3.
Now wait a minute, how do you leave that guy open, that wide open? Doesn't anybody realize who he is on the floor?
Both clubs now having difficulty getting shots to drop. Iverson. Yes, and the foul.
Well, that's the answer. The first time he was too wide open. There was nobody within 20 feet of him. This time when he gets in the lane and he dodges and jukes and jigs and falls back away and his shirt's coming out and his pants are falling off, then he makes the shot.
So Allen Iverson is headed to the line. Foul by David Wesley. And Stacey Augmon getting set to check in. Here he comes. Stacey Augmon has had a degree of success in the past against Iverson.
Stacey Augmon, a favorite of the coaching staff for New Orleans because he is very professional, student of the game, excellent defender, and gives him the flexibility of playing more than just one position on the floor.
You notice that we have extra room here at the table?
It is so spacious, so spacious. It's without what?
Well, you cut me off, that's why. Without Jeff Van Gundy, who is teaming up with Dick Stockton. Jeff will be rejoining us in the second round of the playoffs. Altman twisting his way. And I know you mentioned that you're much more comfortable like this with Jeff not here.
Well, I can actually put my research papers down on the table and have some ability to read them without Jeff taking up the extra space.
And an offensive foul. It's on Baron Davis. That's his second.
And going back to the beginning of the game, that's why I said that first foul might be very costly. The one that he didn't mean to commit, it was accidental. But then when you get the second one like this, pushing off, pushing into Iverson, that's where the foul is called on Davis.
Greg Buckner, Brian Skinner have come on for the 76ers.
You see what they're doing right away. They're trying to post Davis to get that next foul on. They didn't get him out of the game on the second foul. Very dangerous to still have him out on the floor.
Nice move by McKee for his first bucket, and the Sixers now lead 18-12. Paul Silas wants to talk it over.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take a chance of leaving Davis out there to pick up perhaps an offensive foul. He needs to get him out of the game with the 2 fouls.
Look out. Hornets wanted a foul, not called. Here's Tyrone Hill running the bench. It counts. And the foul. A beautiful lead pass by Iverson, who was able to push it ahead to Hill.
One thing Tyrone Hill can do is run the floor. This is a fast, big man. Iverson takes his time, slows up, and feels the presence of Hill. Probably a travel by Hill that time, but Allen Iverson knows they got 2 of those easy points that we said early in the game. They have got to find ways of scoring easy points against the physical New Orleans defense.
Assist number 4 for Iverson. Tyrone Hill in his second stint with the 76ers. He's added an inside presence. Signed as a free agent after he was waived by the Cavaliers.
See, Tyrone Hill started a number of games once he came over here and was reacquired by the 76ers, but that front line of Van Horn, Hill, and Coleman just too slow to match up with a lot of teams. They couldn't get the transition baskets that they needed. Plus, it was a tough guard for small forward spot.
Altman gets the friendly hop that ends an 8-0 run by the 76ers. They now lead at 21-14 as we come up on 2 minutes to go in the first. So Hill is up front, along with Skinner and Buckner. Iverson and McKee now in the backcourt. Iverson to the step back. Rebounded by Altman. And the Hornets going with Kenny Anderson defending on Allen Iverson. This Mashburn wide open. Iverson was on him, stepped away, and no one picked him up.
Well, what happened is Iverson shot the gap for the steal, anticipating the pass to Mashburn. He missed it. Then he ran back to his man, and nobody pushed on out to stay with Mashburn.
Mashburn hits the 3. He now has 8. McKee, yes. 76ers lead at 23-17.
McKee could be the key to this series for the 76ers because they lack perimeter shooting as a whole. He's one guy that can make perimeter shots when he gets it going.
And as Mashburn makes his move, he was fouled, blocked by Buckner. So it's Traylor, Mashburn, and Lynch on the front line. Anderson and Altman in the backcourt, and the Sixers lead by 5. And a spectacular start for Allen Iverson. That pass intended for Iverson, deflected out by the Hornets.
A little bit of that Dallas elbow series right there where they play a 2-man game on one side of the floor and have the other 3 players on the opposite side. With Dallas, you see him play it with Nowitzki and Nash. That time it was Hill and Iverson.
Iverson. Oh, pass, although Hill gave it right back. Beautiful feed, and Hill is able to slam it down. Allen Iverson doing it in every category. 11 points, 6 assists.
He said, I'm coming to this series with a lot of energy. I'm so excited at having a chance of going back deep in the playoffs. Not only am I trying to score, but I want to get my teammates involved, get them good shots as well.
Mashburn working hard to get that shot off. Rebounded by Traylor. Nice move. Tractor Traylor, who has picked up his play in the second half of the season.
There's some concern when New Orleans traded away Campbell. When they gave away Campbell, they gave up a 7-footer that could rebound, block shots, and score. But Paul Silas said they needed Kenny Anderson much more than they needed Campbell the way Campbell was playing. And that guy there, Traylor, has brought them intensity and energy in place of Campbell.
Iverson, yes! 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 7 points, 76er lead. Here's Anderson putting moves on Iverson. Time running out. Traylor. The Sixers with a 27-20 lead after one of the story has been Allen Iverson.
Well, there he is finding the teammate, and he'll make sure that he finishes it, and it's not going to get blocked by dunking it, and then Iverson goes back into his other role, which is
foul on Stacey Augmon, so the 76ers back to the offense. San Antonio, though, was having free throw difficulties all season long, and it caught up with them yesterday. Foul is called this time on the Sixers to Tom Buckner. He's not sure how long that Monty can go, and he feels he's an important guy. As Iverson off the steal is fouled. Monty could be important because the Sixers like him at times matching up with Jamal Mashburn. Foul is called on Anderson.
Well, it's a key issue for them because, like we said, in the first period alone, 3 different players were matched up against Mashburn. Monty Williams has not only some size, but he has some strength and toughness about him to go against Mashburn. So there's player number 4 that Larry Brown can use against Jamal Mashburn.
Allen Iverson with point number 14. Now Keith Van Horn checks back in, replacing Brian Skinner. So the 76ers with Van Horn, Hill, and Williams up front. Iverson and McKee in the backcourt. Allen Iverson has accounted for all 12 76er field goals. 6 baskets, 6 assists.
I'd say he has his energy built up here, ready for this series to get going.
And from the point of view of the coaching staff, that's a perfect start for Iverson. Not only scoring, but also setting people up. Here's Anderson.
76ers come down, try a little bit of zone action there one time against it. So what does New Orleans do? Skip the ball across the floor, hit that 18-foot jump shot.
Baron Davis is back on the floor playing with the 2 fouls. Iverson guarded by Anderson. Now Wesley switches off. Here's McKee, rejected by Traylor. McKee, realizing that the shot clock was down to 1. It was a smart move.
Tremendous recognition that time by McKee, just throwing it right back up there again.
Sixers have a 7-point lead. We're early in the second. Here's Davis penetrating and draws the foul. Allen Iverson hearing it from the crowd. He'll get a brief rest. So the 76ers now lead 29-23. Eric Snow has replaced Iverson. Snow and McKee now in the backcourt. Monty Williams posting up. Kept alive by Tyrone Hill, and he was tied up. They'll jump it up.
Tyrone Hill, excellent offensive rebounder, knew the shot clock was down, so as soon as he came up with the second chance opportunity, he tried to go right back up with it again. You'll see Hill gets it, doesn't know exactly how much time is left, but the jump ball is called.
Tyrone Hill, a member of the 76er team that went to the NBA Finals 2 years ago, and now back with Philadelphia. Once again, they go to Monty Williams on a post-up. And it's picked off by Anderson. Here's Wesley on a 2-on-1. Lynch, the one-time Sixer, able to finish it off. The Hornets within 4.
I would think if you're New Orleans right now, you're not feeling all that bad because as well as Allen Iverson played, as well as the Sixers played early on, here when you look up, you're only down 4 points, and New Orleans hasn't played particularly well.
Tractor trailer able to rip it down. Paul Silas going with a 3-guard alignment. He has Davis, Wesley, and Anderson. And here is Davis for 3. Van Horn came out on Davis, but not far enough.
Yeah, Davis wanted to take Van Horn off the dribble, but the second Philly defender, who was Monty Williams, stood behind him on the low block. In essence, they were double teaming him, even though there was no low block player. Offensive foul is called, so the jumper instead of penetration for Davis.
Foul on Hill, and the ball back to New Orleans. So you're much more comfortable without Jeff Montgomery doing it, as you were telling me during the commercial break. That's terrible. There's Tractor Trailer. And this is a guy who looks like a different player. First of all, he has lost some weight, which is a factor.
And he's been given a lot of confidence by Paul Silas in the fact that he can be a contributor and that if he will make the sacrifices necessary, Silas will give him the minutes because there certainly was an opportunity with Eldon Campbell being traded. He's taking advantage of that opportunity.
Nice play by Wesley on the strip and then knocks down the 3. So the Hornets now lead 33-29. And that sequence began when Wesley was able to take it away from Iverson. 13-0 run by the Hornets. Here's Darren Coleman, the one-time Hornet. He draws the foul. And Boeheim was telling me he would appreciate it if you would stop calling him.
I'm annoying him. Is that all?
And the foul is called as Wesley sends Iverson flying. That's 2 on Wesley.
Well, when you guard Iverson, it takes a lot of work and concentration, and you see the physical play that time. David Wesley, probably one of the strongest guys on his team per pound. Anybody that plays against him will tell you how physical, how strong he is. That's why Paul Silas has no problem playing him against 2 guards.
There's Wesley with the rebound.
Did Jim Boeheim say something bad about it?
Yes. I said you're a very sensitive guy. It was not favorable. Nothing about your basketball knowledge or coaching ability, just personality.
Like he has a person.
Yeah. Dick Pavetta with the call of a tie-up. The Hornets with a 34-30 lead, able to take the lead off a 13-0 run. McClure and Coleman, and it's controlled by Van Horn. Iverson with a nice move. Here's Snow, and it's deflected out by Coleman. Philadelphia 0 for 7 from the field in the second quarter. Now Mashburn is back. He's up front with George Lynch and Jamal McClure. P.J. Brown is getting set to check back in. Wesley is fouled. Sixers looking for a clean block, but the foul on Iverson, that's his first. Allen pleading his case with the official Bob Delaney.
We've been able to see already the physical contact that guards take when they penetrate the lane. Obviously, we know Allen Iverson is not afraid to go to the basket. We've seen Baron Davis and David Wesley go to the basket, receive the blows of the big bodies on the inside, and that takes its toll over the course of an 82-game schedule. Here comes Wesley. He sees the seam. Iverson questioned the foul call. That little shove in the back was probably what was called that time by the official.
Well, Iverson's point was that it was a very light touch.
Yeah, but if you,
hard to tell from a replay.
If he loses control of the basketball and trying to take a shot attempt, then it does have an effect. And that's, you know, the judgment of the official. It's not easy in that particular case.
Van Horn reversing himself. Here's Snow. And the Sixers maintain possession. They'll have 8 on the shot clock. Iverson with the superb first quarter had 15 points, 6 assists. 6.5 remaining in the first half. Hornets up by 6. Shot clock is down to 6. Iverson, yes. That's his first field goal in the second quarter. So the Hornets now lead 36-32. And New Orleans back to the starting backcourt of Davis and Wesley. Away from the ball, Iverson and Wesley in a collision. And looked like Iverson hurt himself as P.J. Brown is able to hit that jumper. Hornets have hit their last 6 shots. Iverson looking over at the bench saying he's all right. He's shaken up.
Wesley really making him work to catch the basketball.
Iverson, yes. Allen Iverson now 8 for 11. The Sixers are within 4.
I really appreciate David Wesley so you see how thick he really is. I mean, this is really a strong physical person.
McKee off the steal. It's a 3-on-2. Van Horn able to recapture. And they have the new shot clock.
He probably gave the ball up a split second too soon. If he could have held it just a second longer, it would have been easier to finish the play off.
McKee. And McKee facing the double team. Brings the Sixers within 2. And McKee has 6 points. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Game 1 of this best of 7 Eastern Conference quarterfinal series. P.J. Brown getting position. Looked like Derek Coleman got a piece. McLaur is stripped. And McLaur ends up on the floor along with Snow. And the foul is called on Jamal McLaur. Brown. And last touch by McLaur.
See, it takes a special person like Eric Snow, his mentality to understand what it's like playing alongside of an Allen Iverson, because Iverson basically has a green light because he is such a great scorer. You have to give him that freedom. And sometimes there are shots he takes that you know he could get better shots, and Snow has been able to put up with that. Handles it well.
Beautiful pass by Iverson, but Thomas was blocked. Here's Davis. Offensive foul. The basket will not count. And that's 3 on Baron Davis.
Baron Davis putting his head down, the power and strength of the New Orleans guards, but there's nowhere to go here. And Snow very good at moving his feet, keeping his body in front of the ball handler. Foul number 3 for Davis. He'll go to the bench with 3:57 remaining in the second quarter.
Kenny Anderson will come on once again. So Davis has played 15 minutes. He's attempted just 1 shot. He hit it. 3 assists. Very quiet first half. Iverson setting it up for Coleman. There's Wesley and Snow able to call the charge. Coming up on 3.5 remaining in this first half. The Hornets and the 76ers tied at 38. Here's Iverson. 8-0 run by the 76ers. Allen Iverson, 21 points plus 6 assists. Let's check in with Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Well, more about the last time out, Coach Silas was really encouraging his team to just settle down and execute, stay solid. And as far as their tempo is concerned, we can run, but we have to be smart about it. Back to you guys.
All right, Mashburn not able to hit the 3. And the foul is called. P.J. Brown making contact with Allen Iverson. So the foul on Brown, and the Hornets are over the foul limit.
Well, Cheryl mentioned a very important point that Paul Silas just made to his team about settling down. You can see on 2 or 3 of the players' faces frustration. Baron Davis is frustrated. Jamal McLaur is very frustrated right now with some of the calls that have gone against them. They need to understand it's a long game, first game of the series, and Paul Silas did a very good job. If that's the information he's passing on, that he notices it as well. Get your head back in the game and settle back down.
Allen Iverson, a 77% free throw shooter. And now David Wesley sits down, and Paul Silas goes deep into his bench for Courtney Alexander. Allen Iverson has accounted for 15 of the Sixers' 16 field goals. That's because of the 6 assists, along with the 9 field goals for 23 points in all.
He probably has gone to Courtney Alexander, who was not initially in that 9-man rotation because he's looking to get some scoring with Baron Davis out of the game. Alexander, very athletic, can put points on the board.
Derek Coleman able to squeeze that rebound and hearing the applause. Here's Iverson running the floor, then kicked it back. He had no angle, and he's upset with himself.
New Orleans very upset with the fact that they can't get a whistle when their big men are down in the low post area going up strong. Iverson may have had a shot himself going to the basket that time. Instead, was looking to kick it out. There was no one there.
And that is a kick ball. Lance touched by Monty Williams. There's Tyrone Hill checking back. Hornets are down by 2. 2 minutes remaining in the half. Alexander over Iverson. Skinner able to come away with it, and again Snow hits the deck, and this time a foul on Augman.
Yeah, Augman got his foot underneath Snow's foot. Snow caught the ball, went down. That's the foul right there on Augman.
Ashburn, played by Williams. He felt he was pushed, and now Iverson is fouled by Alexander.
These are unnecessary fouls. You're committing fouls in the backcourt, putting Philadelphia on the foul line. You do not want to do that. You want to be aggressive, but you want to be smart. You don't want to give any easy points away in these playoff games.
Courtney Alexander acquired from the Washington Wizards the day before the draft for the Hornets' first-round draft pick. He was actually brought in to match up against the numerous top-flight big guards in the Eastern Conference. Well, tomorrow on NBA TV, it's Game 2 of the Celtics and the Pacers. Boston coming away with Game 1 at Conseco Fieldhouse. Coverage starting at 8:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday, it's the Magic and the Pistons in a Game 2 matchup. That'll be NBA television at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
4 teams thus far that were the lower seeds have wound up winning first-round games. Boston, Phoenix, Orlando, and the Lakers this afternoon.
Now 14-2 run by the 76ers.
You think this new format of 7 games in the first round has given an advantage to the lower seeded team now?
No question. I think, and I heard Kenny Smith talking about it last night in the studio, and I agree. I think there's a feeling of less pressure in Game 1 as opposed to a 3 out of 5 series, because they can come in and can feel more comfortable. Foul is called on Williams. Both teams are now over the foul limit, and I think they're playing a little bit more free and easy in Game 1.
Paul Silas said that today. Maybe he was listening to Kenny Smith last night. What do you think? He stole one of Kenny's lines?
What I wanted to mention, and the truck has been pointing it out because they've been getting calls and telegrams, I guess, that you are talking too much with Jeff Van Gundy right here. The absence of Jeff, for some reason, has given you this license for nonstop talk. It's like a czar telethon here on the first half. Now you're pouting. That's terrible. Sixers up by 4, just under a minute remaining in this first half, and a foul is called. Foul on McClure. That's his second. Czar, we're kidding. You're sulking.
Why don't you ask Jeff to come in and say something?
He's busy on the West Coast. So Derek Coleman to the free throw line. Derek, as we touched on earlier, emerging as the starting center due to that nerve disorder that has sidelined Todd McCulloch. Actually short circuits the nerves communicating with the brain, which affects the feet and the hands. Very popular guy, and the entire organization rooting for Todd to make it back.
Coleman as a 5-man presents a lot of problems because, number one, in the Eastern Conference, you don't have a lot of dominating centers there. Derek Coleman, who can go behind the three-point line and make three-point shots, also can put it on the dribble, down on the floor rather, and take big centers off the dribble. So he gives you a different kind of look as a center.
Offensive foul tractor trailer, you can see, was trying to set up to take the charge, but he was on the move, and he's called for the foul.
Well, you've got to watch out, because if you let a guy like Traylor move into a defensive player on the move, and from that particular angle, couldn't tell if he was still or not. Looked like he had his feet down, set to go, but his feet could be set, and he could move his shoulder into the guy.
And so there's another backcourt foul. Alexander with a needless foul, particularly with the Hornets over the limits, so Snow heads to the line.
And Paul Silas, the coach, just put his hands up in the air as if to say, oh, come on, Courtney, you're getting a chance in the playoffs. You know, relax a little bit and understand that we're giving them points, unnecessary points. Go back to the open. As we said, the Sixers had to find ways of picking up extra points, cheap points, whether it was second shot opportunities, transition scores, or free throws. And here we've seen them in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, giving them all these extra free throw opportunities.
'76ers lead 49-42. And some pressure, the steal by Snow. Took it away from Altman. Here's Williams, rejected. And Lynch with the rebound. Crowd looking for a foul on the Hornets.
I don't know the point guard on the floor right now, so after the made free throw, New Orleans had a tough time getting the ball in bounds because that point guard mentality is not out there. It's Mashburn making those decisions.
Oh, what a move that was by Jamal Mashburn. 14 points for Mashburn.
You like that decision? Let me just take it to the basket and score it. That'll solve that.
76ers up by 5. Altman defending on Iverson. Full second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Iverson pulls it back. Lynch with the save. Final seconds of a half. Alexander. Now the Hornets, an outstanding rebounding team, but the Sixers held them to only 1 offensive rebound in the second quarter. They had 4 in the first half.
These are 2 very good rebounding basketball teams. New Orleans, number 8 in the league in overall rebounds, number 4 in offensive rebounds. So that's a great job by Philly, just giving them 1 offensive rebound.
Iverson and Snow in the backcourt. Coleman, Van Horn, and Thomas up front. And a call against the Sixers. It is on Van Horn, an offensive foul.
We've seen a lot of offensive foul calls tonight, haven't we? Not many more than you normally see. And that's because I think that the officials feel that these are 2 physical teams. We had a couple people at halftime say, gee, it's like a football game out there. The officials trying to keep control of this game right away, so they're calling those offensive fouls.
Aaron Davis, very quiet. He's playing with 3 fouls, and the foul is called. It is on McGlure. That is 3 on McGlure. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Well, Coach Silas says there are 3 things we have to do well in the second half. Number 1 is kill the parade at the free throw line. Number 2, a better job on Allen Iverson. And number 3, better execution in a half-court offense. Coach Brown said, thank God for Allen Iverson. We better get more guys involved in the second half.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. To the parade, to the line by both teams. 18 free throws by the Sixers, 15 by the Hornets. As Van Horn reaches for that rebound, a foul is called. That's his second. A lot of whistles. The 76ers have picked up 14 personal fouls, and the Hornets hit for 17. A minute gone by in the third. A.J. Brown, Jamal McGlure, Jamal Mashburn on the front line, Baron Davis, David Wesley in the backcourt. A wild shot off glass by Mashburn.
You see New Orleans take some very difficult shots during the first half, and you see another tough one that time by Mashburn. Mashburn at halftime was 4 for 10 from the floor, so now he's 5 for 11 for 16 points.
Coleman getting the step. Nice change-up move by Derek, who comes up hobbling and looks to race back with McGlure's trying to hang in. 76ers with a 51-46 lead. Mashburn again. What a turnaround for Jamal Mashburn, making it back from a nightmare season. He missed 42 games in the regular season a year ago with a stomach injury, a sprained abdominal muscle. which led to vertigo. And he's come back with his best season in his 10-year NBA career. That's the first bucket for Kenny Thomas.
Paul Silas mentioned that he is on medication, and the medication obviously has worked for him during this most successful season. All 82 games for the first time in his 10-year career.
Mashburn again. Jamal has averaged 21.5 per game, made the All-Star team for the first time back in February. Had a franchise record 50-point performance in a game against Memphis, including the game winner in overtime. Here's Iverson. Yes, able to lean back to find the room. 76ers lead by 5. 27 for Iverson. They clear it out from Ashburn, working on Van Horn, and fires. Last touch by the Hornets.
That's exactly what Larry Brown would hope for in that situation, that Mashburn would raise up and try and shoot it over the top of Van Horn. Van Horn in transition, try to seal Mashburn up on the outside. The lob pass just a little bit too far.
Hornets at one point led by 6. They had a 38-32 lead, and then they outscored New Orleans 17-6 to end the half. Here's Iverson feeling the physical play again, and still able to hit and draws the foul.
Mark, see, that basket comes as a result of the quick shot from Baron Davis. Baron Davis came down, launched a three-point attempt that was no good. Then you see Iverson take the contact, the toughness to fight through it, still elevate, concentrate, and finish the play.
Foul committed by Brown. That's his third. 3 apiece on Brown, McGlure, Davis, and Wesley.
That's what Cheryl was talking about when she mentioned what Paul Silas said coming out at halftime. He wants him to stay within the offense longer, execute better. You can get a quick hurry shot at any time.
McGlure set up by Wesley and fouled by Coleman.
But see, there's the difference right there. 1 or 2 extra passes, which leads to a high percentage shot, and now McGlure will go to the free throw line. Penetration, bring the next defender, drop it off, and now you've got your big guy attacking the front of the rim. Coleman not allowing the easy basket, sends him to the foul line.
Paul McGlure in his 3rd season out of Kentucky, a 72% free throw shooter. He is the first Hornets center in the 15-year history of the franchise to actually start all 82 games.
His productivity has really picked up since the trade of Eldon Campbell. He took over that starting center position on a full-time regular basis, knew that it was his, and he's done a very, very good job. This is a hard-working youngster. He is a restricted free agent at the end of this year, so New Orleans has the right to exercise that option and keep him for 1 more year, but he's their big man of the future.
Iverson with a rainbow, and back comes Mashburn. Sets it up for 3. Here comes Snow. It's a 3-on-2. Van Horn. Thomas with the rebound. And the bucket.
See, that's where Thomas is so comfortable, because he's played in the lane close to the basket throughout his collegiate career and his early years in the NBA with Houston. Coming here, Larry Brown is hoping to move him more to the small forward position, but he's very, very comfortable in the lane around the basket.
Here's Davis for 3. Coleman with the rebound, able to work his way against Brown and McGlure. Coleman directing traffic, able to find Van Horn, who lost the grip on the ball.
Van Horn had a small guard on his back. He's got to go up stronger than that and protect that basketball so Davis can't swipe it away.
Foul is called at the block. And an offensive foul is called. It is on Wesley, and a technical foul was called. number 4 on Wesley. Discussing that call with the official, Bob Delaney, and David Wesley immediately hit with a technical, so Eric Snow will go to the foul line. The Hornets, a franchise that has never made it past the second round of the playoffs. The 14-year run in Charlotte ended last year in negative fashion, attendance dropping to all-time lows. At one point, Charlotte Hornets led the NBA in home attendance, but there was turmoil, bitterness between the fans and ownership, so here they are in New Orleans. And in the first round of the playoffs, trailing the Sixers here in Game 1 by 10.
Well, you have to give Bob Bass a little bit of credit, who is here in attendance tonight as Baron Davis watches it, hits it. But Bob Bass has done an excellent job of maintaining good enough players to keep this program afloat. They never dropped off the edge of the table. Remember some of the players that have gone through this program, from Iverson Fowl going down the lane. Talking about Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, and Glenn Rice, and Vlade Divac. There's been a lot of great players that they've had. But when they moved him on or traded him or through free agency, he has maintained good enough players here to keep him going back. This is the 4th straight year to the playoffs under Paul Silas. He's done a heck of a job for him.
And how about Paul Silas? When you consider what he has dealt with, the death of Bobby Phills, a couple of years of friction with Derek Coleman, 3 huge trades, last year's injuries, and the move from Charlotte to New Orleans.
You tend to forget that Paul Silas became the head coach when Dave Cowens decided he was going to walk away from the team halfway during the season. So in 4.5 seasons that he's had the team, he has 208 regular season wins, which is the most in the history of the franchise for a head coach.
Paul Silas named April's NBA Coach of the Month for the Eastern Conference. Hornets winning 6 of 8. They won their last 5 of the regular season. As ORGWM, who just came on for Wesley, forcing and hits.
Most difficult shot that time for Stacey ORGWM. Many of ORGWM's shots come with his back to the basket, where he turns into the defensive player and tries to shoot over the top of, making him difficult shots.
76ers by 7. Back comes Davis. Davis and ORGWM now in the backcourt. Mashburn, McGlure, and Brown up front. Mashburn and Horn with the rebound. Iverson with Snow on the wing. Well, Davis tried to draw the charging foul. Here's Van Horn. Thomas changed his mind. Coleman for 3. Now Mashburn looking to run, but the 76ers get back.
Yeah, last time down, I know Mashburn was not happy with the shot he wound up taking. They can get better shots than the one he took last time down. Although he is a difficult shot maker, he makes a lot of shots falling away. That's his shot. That's his game.
And the foul against the 76ers. That's 3 on Coleman.
The intent of Davis here the entire time is to draw contact. Once he turns in, he's going in. There he puts his body into the defensive man, protects the ball, initiates the contact, and now goes to the free throw line for 2 attempts.
And there's no question that Baron Davis is well under 100% in terms of his health, slowed by a sprained right ankle, a sore left knee. Missed 32 games in all with knee and back problems. In foul trouble tonight. 8 points for Davis.
The tough thing is, in the previous 3 seasons that Baron was in the NBA, he did not miss a game. 3 straight years of 82 games for the Hornets.
Hornets have moved within 5. Snow. And McGlure able to pull down that rebound. Try to work the pick and roll with McGlure. It's not the shot that Paul Silas was looking for.
That was his version of the sweeping hook. It just didn't sweep enough.
And Horn for 3. Thomas with the rebound. Iverson setting it up on ORGWM. Snow. Yes. Another assist for Allen Iverson.
And there's Snow hitting that jumper that we talked about earlier that he's worked so hard on trying to perfect.
As Eric Snow tackles Stacey Augman. That's 3 on Snow. And the 76ers now over the foul limit.
You see Snow get that hand in. Augman goes down, then Snow ties him up, draws the jump ball, and then just kind of lands on top of him with a friendly gesture.
So Stacey Augman at the line. Tomorrow, right here on TNT, it's the Spurs hosting the Suns, followed by Game 2 of the Jazz. And the Kings cover starting 8 o'clock Eastern time. And then Tuesday night, starting at 7 Eastern time on TNT, it's the Bucks and the Nets, followed by Game 2 between the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Lakers taking Game 1 in Minneapolis, 117-98. That was earlier today. Here's Snow with a nice move. Kobe Bryant led the Lakers with 39. Shaq had 32. Kevin Garnett with 23 points. Sixers up by 8. Ashburn just fell down. Here's McGlure. Fouled by Hill.
And you bring up a good point, Marv. The floor is wet out there. Now they got some of the young guys out there with the mop sweeping it up, but there's been so much physical contact and guys going down on the floor. But I've seen 2 or 3 players slip already, and you saw Ashburn go down that time, so they're out there wiping it up, trying to clean this all up right now.
Dick Bavetta pointing out the wet spots.
Dick is the best in the league at finding wet spots on the floor. Nobody better than Dick Bavetta doing that. And also one of the premier officials in this league for many, many years. In fact, this is a great crew that we have here today officiating.
Are you trying to make up for our one-time partner?
It must be the seat that I'm in. It just came over me suddenly.
Bob Delaney, Dick Bavetta, David Jones, the officiating crew. How does Dick Bavetta maintain that suntan? The guy works indoors all the time.
Well, he does a lot of gardening, though. He's really into flowers.
All right, here's Jamal McGlure. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Average a career high 10 points per game, among the leaders in offensive rebound. And he has brought the Hornets within 6, 3.5 remaining in the third. Marv Albert with the czar, Mike Fratello, Cheryl Miller with the First Union Center in Philadelphia. Game 1 of the best of 7. Monty Williams with it. He just checked back in. Shot clock to 1. Iverson got it away. And a loose ball foul on Thomas, who came surging over the pack.
It was a good call by Bavetta that time because Thomas had a running start, wound up landing on the back of one of the New Orleans players and knocked it out of bounds while he knocked the player out of bounds as well. Let me just say one thing about that shot by Iverson. Many times you get teammates that complain about how many shots a certain guy takes on a team. But it's interesting that when the clock goes down to 4, 3, 2, or 1, that's the guy they wind up throwing the ball to bail him out of a tough situation. Because there are certain players in the league that have the ability to get a shot off when they have to get one off, and you need those kind of guys to win games, guys who can create shots for themselves and for their teammates.
So I know you had many questions regarding those wet spots on the floor, and Cheryl Miller has the answers. Let's go to Cheryl.
You know, Marv, I do anything for Mike. And Mike, one of the other reasons why the floor is so slippery, last night the Philadelphia Flyers played, and they didn't want to remove the ice underneath. Game 7 is Tuesday night, so that's why there's a little slipping and sliding out there.
Just trying to help Cheryl.
You know, I thought I saw guys kind of skating around the floor here.
Flyers and Leafs in an excellent playoff series. I know you've been following it very closely, Czar.
See, now Cheryl understands how annoying you can be when you just jump in on top of
trying to help. Yeah, just trying to help. Here's Skinner, just check back in. Monty Williams. Shot clock down to 2. Skinner. 76ers lead is just 4 as we come up on 2.5 remaining in the third. Guerrero, being from California, has not seen much ice.
Oh, gosh. That's really something.
All right, here's Davis with the reverse. Rebounded by McClure, and he is fouled. Keith Van Horn thought that he was fouled and did not get the call right here, and then had a conversation with the official, Dick Bavetta.
Excuse me.
How did he not hit my hand?
Excuse me. We talk over here, not in the middle of the court. Under control.
If the ball goes up in the air.
The bottom line is I am not sure. I probably missed the call. That's all I can tell you. I'm not into the ball going up and down. I missed the call.
I'm going to tell you what, we're going to come right back to him.
Okay? That's my bad on that.
So I know I speak for the entire staff when I say this. You can learn from that. You can own up to your mistakes.
Dick Bavetta just did a great job of diffusing the anger, the venom that Keith Van Horn had. What he did is he said to him, you know what, Keith, you're right. I missed the call. I made a mistake. Mike Woodson, the assistant coach, jumped in and said, okay, we're coming right back to him again next time, hoping that Bavetta would blow the whistle next time down. There's Mike Woodson. Okay, the smart assistant trying to jump in and help out. But see what Dick Bavetta did. See, something you could learn from. He made an angry person calm once again.
You know, I don't think he missed the call.
I don't think so, but he knows he didn't miss the call.
I thought Van Horn lost the grip.
He did. You've lost your grip a few times.
Sixers up by 4 points. Iverson got off here in the third quarter. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the third. Mashburn being played now by Buckner. There's Mashburn spinning his way on Buckner and draws the foul. It's a blocking foul on the Sixers. Foul on Monty Williams.
Try and take a look to see if the defender coming across on the rotation is outside the red line. He's not. Block is called. It's a good call.
Mashburn, an 85% free throw shooter. 21 points for Mashburn. Here is Robert Tractor Trailer coming on for Jamal McClure. The last 8 points by the Hornets have been at the free throw line. The Hornets are down by just 2. He played by Davis. Iverson being guarded again by Augman. Iverson has missed his last 5 shots, and a defensive 3-second violation is called on New Orleans. So a technical foul awarded. Iverson will shoot the tee. Iverson 9 of 10 at the line. 32 points for Iverson. '76ers with a 67-64 advantage. Shot clock is down to 5. Williams lost it. Here's Davis off the spin. Davis goes all the way. And that looked like vintage Baron Davis.
Baron Davis hurt his knee that time. Came down, see him tweak that knee, and what they're saying to him is that this could be scar tissue that has been healing and that he's feeling the effects of. You see him reaching down, grabbing it.
And as it turned out, that's the best move he's made all night. 1 minute left in this third quarter. Buckner with a rare shot, rebounded by Trailer.
I would say that Silas may have to think about getting Davis out of the game if he's limping this badly. If it's affecting him as much as it seems to be affecting him right now. We've got the quarter ending soon, so I'm sure they'll talk to him at that time.
If Barron trying to hang in there, foul is called on Buckner, his third. Sixers over the foul on it.
The steal takes place by Baron Davis. Now, when he comes down the floor, is it on the spin move where he pulls back there, or is it after he plants and pushes off for the layup and he comes down right there that he feels the effect and the knee?
Well, David Wesley walking over to the scorer's table. He'll come on for Baron Davis.
Watch on defense right now. He has no movement right there. He is really struggling. You can see him.
Ashburn continues to hit at the line. He's 9 of 11 at the line. It's a 10-1 run by the Hornets. Oh, Allen Iverson from downtown. And the Sixers lead 70-68.
What Iverson did is he hurried up and took that shot because the defender cheated towards the screen. Iverson figured we can get a 2-for-1 out of this situation. So he launched the three-pointer right away, which will give them that basket and one more opportunity coming right now.
Offensive foul. Traylor with another offensive foul. That's his third personal. So the ball back to the 76ers.
Again, we said earlier, Mark, how many offensive fouls have we seen in tonight's game?
Larry Brown putting in some of his offensive players. Keith Van Horn has checked in. Eric Snow is back.
A Larry Brown trademark to end the quarter. He likes to sneak in either a smaller guy and try and take advantage of a mismatch. The other coach isn't paying attention. All of a sudden, he'll take advantage of that mismatch.
3-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Here's Snow with a nice move. The tip was missed. Monty Williams had an opportunity. Final seconds of the third. Lynch stripped. And Snow just fires it down. After 3, the Sixers with a 70-68 lead on the Hornets. Allen Iverson, 35 points. Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, Allen Iverson, and the 3-guard set for Larry Brown, and Iverson gets it going. So Allen Iverson now has 37.
Stacey Augmon went over the top. We see Philly try and trap the ball after the made basket. They catch New Orleans by surprise.
In that final minute of play in the third quarter, we saw Baron Davis come up hobbling. For more on Baron's condition, let's go to Cheryl.
And Marv initially came over to the bench and he was pointing to the outside of his knee. They quickly started icing it down. That's when Davis called over to his physical therapist, D'Artagnan Stamps, to really start working on it, massaging it to loosen it up. And that's the main concern, is that left knee may tighten up in the fourth.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. Baron Davis has had his problems. The basket will count on a foul. He's been out with a sprained right ankle, a sore left knee. He's missed a total of 32 games because of the knee, ankle, back problems. In a rough season for Baron. Coleman on the foul is fourth. It's a three-point play, and the Hornets are within 1.
Credit David Wesley for making a great bailout pass. He had jumped in the air anticipating one thing, had nowhere to go, was going to come down for a travel, and at the last second dropped it off.
Bad pass from Van Horn. And you see Baron Davis giving it a go, despite the fact that he is affected. You can see the gait of Davis. He is hobbling to try to hang in. Davis and Wesley in the backcourt. Nice pass from Wesley, and Lynch is fouled.
That's about the third pass that New Orleans has had an opportunity to catch and finish. That one, Lynch almost lost control of it, grabbed it just enough to force the defender to foul him rather than give up the layup.
That's 4 on Snow, so the Sixers with 4 apiece on Thomas, Coleman, Snow, and Hill. George Lynch, one-time Philadelphia 76er, only a 55% free throw shooter. Traylor kept it alive, and last touch by the Sixers.
And Mark, New Orleans has missed 10 free throw attempts in this game. They're 24 for 34. In the 3 games against Philadelphia for the regular season, they missed 20 free throw attempts. This could cost them a basketball game.
Wesley trying to set it up for Lynch. That time made the extra pass.
That was a nice pass. It was right there. Lynch should have had his hands ready to catch the ball and go up.
76ers 72, the Hornets 71. Iverson being played now by Augmon. Iverson, yes. 39 points for Allen Iverson.
Augman keeps going over the top of screens, and Iverson keeps fading to the baseline for the open jump shot. This might be a good time to lock behind him and trail him and force him to curl off that screen.
And the offensive foul is called on the Hornets. It is on Wesley. It's 5 on Wesley.
Watch, Augman goes over the top of Coleman. Iverson fades. Too late for Davis to switch out.
Jamal Mashburn has just checked back in. David Wesley will sit down following a discussion with Dick Pavetta. Here's Iverson. It's picked off by Davis. You can see cannot move. Leading Lynch. But what a look by Baron Davis.
Well, Davis realizes that he can only do certain things to help this team right now. One of them is not be real creative in dribble penetration, but he certainly can advance the ball with a pitch-ahead pass by keeping his head up.
Sixers lead by 1. Van Horn stripped. Look out, Augman is fouled. The ball back to New Orleans, 9:37 remaining. In the fourth quarter, Allen Iverson is the only 76er to score the last 6.5 minutes.
I think what we just saw Paul Silas do when he went down the bench there, I think he was trying to calm down David Wesley. Basically, Dick Pavetta spoke through Paul Silas, saying that he's heard enough talk. He doesn't want to hear anything else come out of David Wesley's mouth. Technical now could be critical in the game, so he kind of spoke to the head coach saying, let your guy know I've heard enough, and that's what Paul Silas did.
Ashburn forcing with the shot clock running down. Here comes Iverson.
I would say the only problem for New Orleans right now with Baron Davis struggling the way he is and Wesley on the bench, where are they going to get points besides Mashburn?
Van Horn going at Lynch. Comes back to Van Horn. And he's tied up by Lynch. And Keith Van Horn is hearing the boos from the crowd. He's only 1 of 8 from the field.
Well, Lynch is very strong, very physical, and Van Horn is going to have a tough time backing him down. And you see Lynch really asserting himself physically against Keith Van Horn.
Keith Van Horn is playing hurt with a foot injury. He did miss 6 games. Played 15 minutes in the last regular season game against Washington.
So if you know that Van Horn is not going to be able to overpower the guy, then maybe you go to Van Horn's other strength, which is the perimeter game. Put him out, maybe play high pick and roll with him, let him step back again, take advantage of his ability to make jump shots from the outside.
Philadelphia with a 1-point lead. Iverson with a catch and shoot. Make it 41 points. Allen Iverson, who has scored 40-plus 8 times in postseason play prior to tonight. And Philadelphia has won 7 of those 8 games. Foul is called as McKee got Mashburn from behind. So that is quickly team foul number 4 on the Sixers.
I think it becomes very evident when you look at the free throw opportunities at 34 attempts for New Orleans, 23 attempts for the 76ers, and that's the ability of New Orleans to pound the ball down inside to 3 or 4 different players and force Philadelphia to make some decisions on the inside how they want to play people.
Once again, Mashburn working on McKee. What a shot by Jamal Mashburn.
That's one of those shots that, as I said early in the game, he is a guy that when he starts feeling it, gets on a roll, he makes very, very difficult shots. Kind of like Tracy McGrady does.
McKee over the front. So the Sixers now lead 78-75. And Philadelphia would love to get some scoring from other players because it has been strictly Allen Iverson. Iverson with a steal, and he is fouled.
Lazy pass that time by Baron Davis. He picked up his dribble, tried to float the entry pass, and Iverson very aggressive, great anticipation. You see the lob half slips out of his hand. Davis probably was trying to pull that back because perhaps he felt Thomas was intercepting it. Allen Iverson concentrating on the ball. You see his eyes right on it, and then the great ability.
76ers lead it, 78-75. Iverson putting moves on Davis. Iverson had nowhere to go. Hill saved it. Shot clock down to 3. Here's Snow. Rebounded by Altman.
There were about 4 bailout passes on that one series from the 76ers. The fact that they got a shot off was incredible.
Tyrone Hill off the turnover. Snow hits the deck again. That's the 3rd time he's been tripped up. And it's on Baron Davis. 5 on Davis.
Let's see if it is Baron Davis that was at fault as he crosses over.
That's the 3rd time he tripped him in a game.
Well, he may have started to lose his footing as he was going down on the crossover anyhow. Baron Davis can't believe that he's called for the foul.
Are you watching Stacey Orton?
And Barron ushered aside. Hornets do not want to pick up a technical foul. Now David Wesley, who was upset about a call earlier and has 5 fouls, has checked back in. 5 apiece on Wesley and Davis. Iverson. Yes. Stacey Altman not able to get outside to contest Allen Iverson. 43 for the steal in the bucket. The Sixers lead by 7. So 76ers turning on the pressure. McKee was able to deflect but recovered by Mashburn. And you hear the chant of defense from this sellout crowd in Philadelphia. Whistle before that shot. Shot does not count. Foul on Snow, and that's 5 on Snow.
Well, the pressure of the Philadelphia 76ers forcing enough turnovers to get them some easy baskets, and you see a lackadaisical pass, a very alert McKee steals it, and then the Sixers go right back and pick up the pressure again, and McKee almost forced another turnover when he flicked from behind on Mashburn.
76ers over the foul limit. Stacey Altman at the line. And now Snow will sit down. Buckner is back. Philadelphia up by 6. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining on the 4th. Game 1 of the best of 7. Game 2 here Wednesday night. And we'll have it for you on TNT starting 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then the scene will shift to the Big Easy. Nice play. Beautifully done. Make it 45 points for Iverson.
That's just offensive execution. Nice cut that time by Allen Iverson. A slice cut going from right to left. The late pass, nobody there to help for New Orleans on defense.
Mashburn being played tightly by Hill. Here's Lynch from downtown. George Lynch hits a 3.
Huge basket that time for New Orleans by George Lynch to get them right back in the game. So suddenly, from a 7-point deficit, they're right back at 4.
Iverson giving away about 8 inches on Stacey Altman. And again, Iverson sets himself up for the shot with a spin. Oh, what a play by Buckner, but Hill could not get to it. And the ball back to New Orleans. Now Baron Davis makes his return. Derek Coleman checks in. Coleman playing with 5. So Wesley will sit down. 5 fouls apiece on Davis and Wesley. 5 on Coleman, 5 on Snow. Thomas with 4.
Almost that free-arm push-off. Iverson doing a pretty good action job. Remember, Davis is much bigger, much stronger, weighs more than Allen Iverson does.
Here's Altman. Brown with the tip. Nice play by P.J. Brown.
So two big plays by two guys that you wouldn't expect that particular time. Lynch with the three-pointer, P.J. Brown tipping in the opportunity to bring this game back to 2 points.
Iverson with a head fake. Can't find the shot. Here's McKee getting the step. 76ers 86. The Hornets 82.
That's too easily seen. Iverson lay it up on a reverse layup, and that time we see McKee go down the lane and lay it up. Somebody's got to protect the front of the basket for New Orleans. You got P.J. Brown in there. You've got Auburn around the basket.
A battle between Brown and Hill. Lynch. George Lynch, who hit a three a moment ago, able to hit that baseline jumper. Lynch off the bench for 9, and the Hornets within 2 points once again. We're just under 4 remaining in the fourth as Iverson is tripped by Augment. So that's 4 on Augment and the 4th team foul on New Orleans. Now Keith Van Horn comes on along with Eric Snow, Derek Coleman, replacing Greg Buckner, Kenny Thomas, Tyrone Hill.
You know, Marv, when you look at the starting backcourts, Snow and Iverson versus Davis and Wesley, Snow and Iverson averaged 39.5. Davis Wesley 33. Assists 12 for Snow and Iverson, 8 for Wesley. But when you look at the personal fouls, Iverson with 3 from downtown. 3 of the 4 starting guards all have 5 fouls right now in this game. The only one that's not close is Allen Iverson. He only has 1 personal foul, but he does have a bunch of points.
48 points for Iverson. Shot clock to 5. Mashburn. And McKee able to get to the rebound. Allen Iverson's career high in postseason play. 54 against Toronto, May of 2001. Iverson, what a move! Yes! Another 3 for Iverson! 51 points for Iverson, and the Sixers lead 92-84.
And here's the next three-pointer, which now makes him the leader in scoring in first.
Points. He's hit the 50-point mark in postseason for the 3rd time in his career. His playoff high is 54. His career high, 58. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the fourth. Mashburn tried the 3, and Van Horn able to scoop it up. That's 10 rebounds. Well, Van Horn has done a nice job off the boards, although he has not shot well. Sixers in possession. They lead by 8. Iverson trying to lose Augment, and he's called for the offensive foul.
And that's Allen Iverson moving without the basketball because Augment is trying to be a glove on him and deny him the ball. Iverson tries to back cut. One's over the top of Stacey Augment.
Only the 2nd foul on Iverson. Iverson with 16 points here in the 4th quarter. He's hit 7 of his 8 shots. A remarkable performance by Iverson. And the foul against the Sixers. Both teams are over the foul limit. That's 3 on McKee. And Augment heads back to the line. Larry Brown was telling us prior to the game, his one concern regarding Iverson coming into tonight was the fact that all those guys we saw on that high-scoring list would be in Allen Iverson's head, and he would come out firing away. Well, he did, but he was hitting his shots, and he was also looking to set teammates up. As a result, he has 8 assists.
Well, I think the good thing is that Larry Brown has really tried to space out his minutes tonight, don't you, Mark?
Iverson has played, what, 45 minutes?
45 out of the 46 minutes in the game thus far. Larry Brown knows when he's got it going, you got to leave him on the floor.
Well, we'll have a couple of days of rest before.
Well, he's the leader in minutes in the NBA, so this is nothing new. You got to play your best guys, and they play the most minutes.
Iverson does average 43 minutes. Iverson thought he was fouled. Hobbling Baron Davis, hanging in. Paul Silas staying with Davis. Here's Brown, P.J. Brown. 9 points for Brown, and the Hornets cut it to 4 with a minute and 40 remaining on the fourth. Iverson wide open coming off the screen. Yes! 53 points for Iverson. The Sixers 94. And the Hornets 88.
Well, you know what's incredible is that New Orleans is hanging around this game with Iverson having this kind of a game. 53-point contest.
And Davis way off on that three-point attempt. Last touch, though, by the 76ers. 76ers lead by 6. Coleman knocked it away, and last touch by Brown. Terrific play by Derek Coleman.
Yeah, because he didn't concede the inbound pass. Derek Coleman went after it, he challenged it, he pressured it, and he forced a turnover. And that's a backbreaker right there. You come out of a timeout, you got to place it up to try and get a score, and then you turn the ball over without getting a shot at the basket.
Now the Sixers do not have to be in any hurry here. Using clock, got a 10 on the shot clock. Down to 5. Here's Snow, he's rejected. Mashburn putting the move on McKee. Will it count? It would have. The foul on McKee.
A nice move that time by Mashburn. He knew he had the defender backpedaling. A great defensive play. P.J. Brown had switched out onto Iverson. Once Iverson gave the ball up, P.J. would not let him have it back. It forced Snow to try and create a shot. Davis hung in there, deflected it, blocked the shot. Possession New Orleans, and then Mashburn took it to the basket.
Mashburn out 10 for 12 at the line.
Here's the defensive play. Clock running down. Davis, you see, goes up. Beautiful block that time. Now New Orleans secures the ball. Augment starts out the fast break.
Sixers 94 and the Hornets 90. And again, the Sixers do not have to be in any hurry to take the shot. Both teams are over the foul limit. Down to 40 seconds. Iverson with the step. Here's Iverson. Yes! And that's a playoff career high. 55 points for Iverson. Sixers lead 96-90 with a half minute remaining in the fourth. Mashburn lost it. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and they foul Snow.
Now, what do you say, Marvin? A guy is 21 for 32 from the floor, has 55 points. You go in the locker room and say, you know what? Lock it.
The Hornets will use their final timeout. They have a 20 remaining. 8 assists. He was looking for teammates. Need a quick shot. Here it is, Mashburn. Coleman with the rebound with final seconds. The Philadelphia 76ers take game 1 of this best of 7. The Sixers 98 and the Hornets 90. Allen Iverson with a playoff career high